Hi, good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Channeling with Michelle. Seems my internet is going a bit slow. So today I'm using a life purpose deck that is called Life Purpose Oracle by Doreen Virtue. And I kind of connected with Spirit before this video, and it's interesting. But what came through is that they want me to share with you about the understanding of suffering, how we need to understand suffering of other people. I was drawn to this book today called Being Peace by Thich Nhat Hanh, who is a Buddhist. Um, and it talks about the mindfulness training in there. So we're just going to go ahead and open up, viewers, and see where this takes us today. And also for the birthday babies from November 1st through the 7th, please stay till the end. I will be giving a brief psychic reading for you for the upcoming year. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the deck. Today it's Life Purpose Oracle cards from Doreen Virtue. So I'll just shuffle them up for you. I have to tell you, I've been a little bit in kind of funk mood today, and I couldn't quite understand. It just kind of came out of nowhere, and now I understand because um, clearly the message today coming through is about human suffering. So with that, let me go ahead and connect, please. Okay. When I channel the energy today from Spirit and angels, they want me to say that we can't understand what people are going through until we experience our own form of suffering or illness or struggles. So it's kind of interesting. As I said today, I was just kind of going through like feeling lonely, a little bit in a funk. I don't have anyone. And I came to understand that it's bringing me to, they're bringing me to wartime. Okay. Specifically, it doesn't, they're necessarily, the current issue right now is the Ukraine, but all previous wars and suffering in all these countries where there's poverty and war all the time. They keep showing me like the faces of suffering, the faces of fear, the faces of the unknown, just really trying to get by day to day. And they want me to encourage you to come into a place of appreciation, because what spirits wants me to share is no matter how tough we think things are, or how lonely we think we are, or how bad things really are, we really are in a beautiful country and in a beautiful state. And to remember the gratefulness. I just keep seeing flashes of like weathered faces and poverty and people who've lost everything. You can even think about like the natural catastrophes that took place, like in San Francisco with the earthquake, or in Southwest Florida with the hurricane. We have snow blizzards. There's so many things, and people go through a lot of suffering. And one of the things that Spirit wants me to share is that we have to come to a place of equality, a place where we come together. There is no black, there is no white, there is no Jewish or Italian or Catholic or whatever. We are just all people who feel suffering. We have feelings, and learning to let go of the prejudgments that are placed upon us in this world, but to come back together with equality and with love and with kindness. Really learning what true friendship really means. They're talking about a world of greed. This country is been driven by greed. And when you think about in the end, what do you have? Like the angels are saying, you don't have, you might have your money, but you can't enjoy it. If you don't have people, if you don't have family, if you don't have people that are there for you when things are good and when things are tough, you really have nothing. It's almost like we've lost this over the past 60 years or whatnot. And the angels are encouraging us, asking us, almost begging us to come together in equality and really get to the roots of what really matters. Get to the heart of matters. It's almost like, I was reading in this book briefly, and it was talking about the straw, like the mud with straws, and they use dharma. Dharma is like giving love to others, having compassion for others. And, when it's really muddy and we place down straw, you can walk across it safely, right? Carefully. And it's almost like they're saying we have to put the straw down in the path of the people around us, right? We have to start putting down the straw, clearing the path, opening our hearts, practicing dharma. I hope I'm saying it right. It is a yoga term, but it just means compassion. We have to let go of the division that has come between not only the American people, but within all countries. The prejudgments that have been placed on us from our forefathers, different governments. Um, it's almost like they're saying we're really good at writing hate letters. We're really good at writing protest letters. We're really good at writing negative news, but we're not real good at writing love letters. We're not real good at writing letters that say I love you. I love you. Not a text message, not an email, but a true love letter. And the angels are coming through and they're saying to us, people, viewers, people, if this resonates to you, get a pen and paper out and write a love letter to all the people that you cherish in your life. Put it in an envelope and stamp it. Let them have something that they can hold close to their heart. Something that isn't fast, fast, fast. It's like the Americans in Europe and places, everybody's so fast, fast, fast. And they want us to slow down and write a love letter, right? Get back to equality, back to your neighborhoods, back to friendship. Come from your heart. Come from your heart. In this book here, it's Being Peace, author of The Energy of Prayer, introduced by Jack Cornfield. What's in here? The fifth mindfulness training truth is aware that true happiness is rooted in peace, solidity, freedom, and compassion, and not in wealth or fame. We are determined not to take as the aim of our life fame, profit, wealth, and sensual pleasure, nor to communicate wealth while millions are hungry and dying. Okay? It's like our whole country, this whole world, they're not thinking about the people in the Ukraine who've been displaced or people in other countries who are displaced. They're thinking about their greed. They're thinking about capturing property at the expense of people's suffering. And that's not where we should be. The angels are encouraging us to be the change, okay? We have to help people who are in need. I've read a couple articles about people. One was about a woman who said what she learned about being a victim of Hurricane Ian is that she learned what true friendship is. I had another friend who was involved in that. And she said, you know what, Michelle? She said, people are going around and they're helping them put tarps on their roofs. This is equality. This is coming together. And the angel spirit wants to encourage us to start being that change, okay? Come from a place of compassion. The message today is to understand other people's suffering, because you never know what your neighbor's going through. We all have our funks. Be that lending ear. Be that lending ear, right? So if this resonates to you, viewers, angels are encouraging you to understand suffering, come outside of division and into equality. Into equality. We are all human beings, right? That old saying, human beings having a human experience, right? We have to come together with compassion, right? I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards. And that was a brief message, but I feel like it was a powerful message. And it really started to build up in me about 4 o'clock today when I left work. So let's see what comes through. For some reason, I was drawn to use the life purpose cards. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. First card up is spiritual teacher, right? We heal with our sessions, we heal within ourselves. We have to be each other's spiritual teachers, okay? Spiritual teachers lift people up, right? Edify them. Come from a word of kindness, right? With a melting heart, with a melting heart. So being each other's spiritual teachers. How can we lift each other up? I encourage you, viewers, to make a list of 3 things that you can do to start lifting other people up. Loving family, this is it. This came through in the channel. This is the key. It isn't greed. Yes, we need money to be comfortable and pay the prices of this world. But when it all comes down to it in the end, it's the people. It's the people in your lives. Who do you have to depend on? Who's going to be there to celebrate your joys and also be there to help you work through your suffering, through your bad times, right? Loving and family. That's our central purpose. Loving our family. Loving our family. And career. Career. Make sure, viewers, if that the work that you're doing brings justice. It doesn't take away from the world. It doesn't bring in negative energy, but the work that you're doing brings fairness and protection, not only to yourself, but those to others, to those in need, right? Our life purpose, this just resonates. We have to be each other's spiritual teachers. We have people. We need people. We need people to depend on. We need to, my father said this to me once many years ago. I asked him, why did you get married 3 times? And his answer was, the yoke is easier when it's pulled with 2. And I understand that now. The yoke is easier when it's pulled with 2, right? We need family. We need people that we can say, hey, can you help me out? Or hey, I'm going through a hard time and I just need you here. I need somebody to talk to. And we have to bring fairness and justice. So let's pull 3 more cards. This is going to be a quick video. I was reluctant even to go online today, but something said, you've got to do this. So you have to be strong. Okay, people, viewers, the angels are coming through clearly and saying to stand up for equality, to stand up for justice. We have to be strong because we might be beaten down. We might be beaten down. Remember, the devil's pretty powerful, right? We might be beaten down, but we have to stay together and have compassion. Okay, things are tough. Things are tough for a lot of people. And we have to stay in gratitude for that and in compassion. Again, this comes into spiritual teacher and being healers, right? And I'm going to I just feel like this is coming out, but we have to give a shout out to our healers, right? The people that's life purpose or master purpose, master plan was to be healers. These wonderful surgeons that come in and help make us whole again, right? So I'm going to shout out to the healers in the world. They want me to give a big kudos to them, and I thank you with much gratitude. The last card up is we've got to practice and polish our skills. Okay, you can take this however it resonates to you, but I'm going to keep it in the way of compassion. We have to practice that. It's real easy, viewers, to get caught up in self-centeredness, self-seekingness, and greed, and we have to practice detaching from that. Right? You know, being aware that anger blocks our communication and creates suffering, right? Being aware of our own anger. What are our blockages? What is holding us back from understanding the suffering of other people, right? What is holding us back? Um, And the other thing, and this is interesting because angels are saying, we impose our views on other people. When you think about politics, and they want me to come to this, it's this side imposing this view and this side imposing this view, and this is going on all over the world. Why can't we take a little of this view and a little of this view and come together and compromise? We talk about teaching our children to compromise. You give a little of this candy and you give a little of that candy, or whatever the situation is. But yet, here we are with world leaders, and they can't compromise. They continue to impose their views on people. And that's coming away from understanding of equality. Remember, we have to be role models for our children, right? They're watching, they're listening. Protect your children. The angels are coming through and say, other people want to step in and raise your children and instill values, their values, and you have to stay strong to your values. Make sure your children know their roots. Okay? This is a strong message because we're going to be challenged and we're going to have to stay strong. We're going to have to stay strong. This fight is not over, and I feel like it's what did they say? Um, white light, dark light, right? This is going on. We're going to be challenged still. You've got to instill your family values. Let your children know they have a steady foundation to become to come home through, and just meditate. If you're in doubt, the angels are encouraging you to turn to your inner self and just ask the question and sit. Just ask the question and sit. It's kind of like, I did this tonight. I was feeling in this mood and I didn't know where it was coming from. I did and I didn't. And I went down by the pond and just kind of sat. And then I came up and I was driven to do this video. So I didn't know it was going to be about human suffering, but I was clearly in my own way, my own personal suffering. We all have that, right? So hopefully today this message resonated to you and you'll be able to take this and use this in your everyday life. I'm going to move on now to the birthday readings for November 1st through November 7th. I can't believe we're into November. Like they say, the world is spinning quickly, right? So we're going to go ahead and connect with Spirit on that. Scorpio, red, 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 red. We're reds, okay? Any shade of red, fiery reds. You're dynamic, okay? This is going to be a year of dynamics for you. I am here. I have walked in. You can see me. I am speaking. A lot of energy, a lot of positive movement for you. So I feel like, when you think about red, it's dynamic. It's like saying, I have arrived, right? So color red. You're born to explore, you're born to investigate, you're keen, you're very keen, you have an alert mind. You're going to be a very good leader. So if you're thinking of getting a promotion at work, or moving into some type of leadership position, I do feel like this is your year. Okay, this is your year. You're keen, you're alert, you know people, you can read people, you observe people, but you keep those observations to yourself. It's like, be careful of the Scorpio, right? They're going to observe and tuck it away in their turtle shell, right? They're going to tuck it away in their little bag. So be careful because they are watching. For those of you who have Scorpio bosses, be on your best behavior. I almost see like cameras, a lot of cameras. So if you're working again under a Scorpio supervisor or boss, be on your best behavior, be on your lookout. Scorpios can be very secretive, so they're really good at masterminding things. They work a lot. They work very well behind the scenes. So a lot of masterminding, getting things together, working behind the scenes. Isn't that kind of what a supervisor does? They delegate, they direct, right? Very good doctors. Again, it came through. Spirit gave a shout out to healers today, to our physicians and doctors. And the birth babies born during this week could make very good medicine people. That's how Spirit's saying it. Whatever medicine people means to you. There's all different types of practices of medicine. So, again, you would be very good healers. So, those of you who are thinking of going into a medical field, a healing field, they're saying thumbs up for that. Go for that. You need to be around nature and outdoors. I see a lot of hiking. I'm showing mountains, so a lot of you may need to get into the mountains, get to the mountains. You need to recharge with mountain energy, is what I'm hearing. So, getting to the mountains, hiking, connecting with nature. They're encouraging you. They are saying stay on your spiritual path. And I feel like this comes back to understanding suffering, letting go of the material. These Scorpios can be very materialistic during this week. So, learning how can I let go of so much material and start really focusing on how can I do justice in the world, right? How can I follow my spiritual path by helping others? Um, and finally, they're saying, share your heart, share your heart, share your heart. You don't always, you're very secretive, but they're saying sometimes you can open up and share your heart with others, okay? Not everybody is untrustworthy. There's a little bit of, I don't know if I trust people, but they are saying you can share your heart with some people. Let me go ahead and pull 3 cards. Yeah. Oh, Scorpios. Gotta be careful of them. They might strike you when you least expect it. They'll catch you off guard. You like to work with flowers, and this brings you blessings. So, again, for the birth babies this week, surround yourself with flowers, surround yourself with beauty as well. Um, it calms you, it calms your soul. Fruits and vegetables, right? Abundance, infinite abundance. They're encouraging you to take care of your health, watch what you eat. I am picking up some digestive issues with people born this week. So put more, devote yourself to the medicines, right? Maybe the herbal medicines. You are what you eat, so to say. So watch what you ingest in your body, and you're going to have a freedom. Some of you, I see, I'm picking up some relocation. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Almost like you're spreading your wings this year. So your angels are there, and they're going to help you fly. So spread your wings, birthday babies, spread your wings. And with that, I bid you good night. I hope you enjoyed this very quick bedtime channeling with Michelle. And if you are interested in purchasing this book, I don't know, I've had it for years, but you can probably buy it on Amazon. But it's Being Peace, and I'm probably saying his name wrong. He's very Thich Nhat Hanh, author of The Energy of Prayer. And it's about Being peace is distilled wisdom. It's just distilled wisdom. Okay? And with that, namaste. Have a blessed week.